Elvis Presley came from very humble beginnings and grew up to become one of the biggest names in rock and roll. By the mid-1950s, he appeared on the radio, television and silver screen. On August 16, 1977, at age 42, he died of heart failure, which was related to his drug addiction. Since his death, Presley has remained one of the world's most popular music icons. Elvis Aron Presley was born on January 8, 1935, in Tupelo, Mississippi. Presley was supposed to be a twin, but his brother, Jessie Garon, was stillborn. From very humble beginnings, Presley grew up to become one of the biggest names in rock and roll. Raised by loving working-class parents, Presley family had little money and they moved from place to place frequently. He was deeply devoted to his parents, especially his mother, and was raised to have a strong faith in God. Presley attended the Assembly of God Church with his parents, where gospel music became an important influence for him. Presley received his first guitar as a gift from his mother on his 11th birthday in 1946 and had his first taste of musical success a few years later, when he won a talent show at Humes High School in Memphis. After graduating in 1953, he worked a number of jobs while pursuing his musical dream. He cut his first demo record at what later became known as a Sun Studio that year, and before long, Sam Phillips, the record label owner, decided to take the young performer under his wing. Presley soon began touring and recording, trying to catch his first big break. That's All Right was Presley's first single in 1954. In 1955, Presley began to develop a following with fans, being drawn to his unusual musical style, provocative, gyrating hips, and good looks. That same year, he signed with RCA Records, a deal worked out by his manager, Colonel Tom Parker. Presley was on a roll, scoring his first #1 single with Heartbreak Hotel, as well as his first #1 album, Elvis Presley, and signing a movie contract with Paramount Pictures, all in 1956. Despite the uproar that his sexy dance moves caused, he also became a popular guest on a number of television variety shows. Soon, Presley was everywhere, working as a musician and actor. His first film, Love Me Tender, 1956, was a box office hit. Even a stint in the US military couldn't put a damper on Presley's thriving career. He received his draft notice in 1957 and was inducted into the army the following March. He eventually served in Germany for about a year and a half. Shortly before Presley left for Europe, his beloved mother died. He was granted an leave and returned to Memphis for the funeral. Deeply saddened by her death, Presley returned to duty. While in Germany, his spirits were lifted slightly when he met a young teenager named Priscilla. The pair fell in love and married on May 1st, 1967 in Las Vegas, Nevada. After leaving the army in 1960, Presley resumed his career and was soon back at the top of the charts with the soundtrack for his film GI Blues. He continued recording music and acting in such films as A Blue Hawaii 1961, Girls, Girls, Girls 1962 and Viva Las Vegas 1964. Though his films were often hit or miss with both critics and audiences, they brought in a profit and the soundtracks usually sold well. By the late 1960s, however, enigmatic performer appeared to be losing his box office appeal. Proving he was still the king of rock and roll, he recorded his first TV special in 1968, often referred to as the 68 comeback. He wowed audiences with his performance, which showcased his talents as a singer and guitarist. Around this time, Presley's personal life also seemed to be on an upswing. He and Priscilla wed in 1967 and had a daughter, Lisa Marie, the following year. Unfortunately, this joyous time would not last. By the early 1970s, Presley's marriage was falling apart. The couple divorced in 1973, and Priscilla received custody of Lisa Marie. Presley was also wrestling with other personal problems, including a growing addiction to prescription drugs. The once thin rock star was battling a weight problem, and his destructive lifestyle caught up with him that fall when he was hospitalized for drug-related health problems. Despite his personal obstacles, Presley remained a popular draw in Las Vegas and on tour. He performed his last concert in June 1977 in Indianapolis. After the concert, he returned home to his Memphis mansion, Graceland, to prepare for another tour. On the morning of August 16, 1977, Presley died of heart failure at the age of 42. It was later ruled that his death was related to his prescription drug use. Presley was buried on the Graceland property near the gravesites of his mother and father and grandmother.